Yes, Conor Kelly is with me in studio. Conor, how are you? Good morning to you.
Not so bad. Good morning to you, Rowan.
It's good to see you. You were telling me there that there's a good viewership for our programmes down in Australia.
Yeah.
You have kith and kin down there.
I do indeed, yeah. No, friends and family,
You,
cousins.
you'll have to be getting down there yourself.
Oh, I'd love to.
Yeah, your time will come. But in the meantime, Burren is the home territory. Burren is your breed, seed and generation. And Burren grew Kelly Brothers.
Exactly, yeah. That's started in 1967 with the five brothers. Yeah, and now three of the brothers are retired, and my father Leonard and my uncle Noel are there still. And the next generation, there's 6 or 7 of us working on it.
My goodness. And you've seen it right through the worst of the recessionary times.
Yeah, thank God. It's been a very tough 5 years, 6 years, but hopefully this year we're starting to see a wee bit of a turn. And obviously with the hire company and the building supplies, they've had a tough time as well.
You would see it actually. I see it in the comings and goings of Warren Point Port. You see the busyness of the port up the road from you.
Yeah.
And things continue there. The building industry is growing again. The stuff coming in, the stuff going out. We supply cement from Ireland, here, Northern Ireland, to the building industry down the southeast of England. You know.
Yeah.
How are you seeing it? How is it coming to your notice that things are on the mend?
We're just starting to see people, there's more extensions, more new builds starting to happen. The government, thank God, seem to be releasing a wee bit more money for social housing. So we're getting the spin-off then with the subcontractors coming into our yard to hire equipment and buy materials from the merchant side. And there seems to be a wee bit more spend then on the hardware side, so consumer confidence seems to be growing as well, thank God.
And a man doesn't need to invest a huge amount of money these days in plant. I remember 60 years ago when I worked with Harry McMahon, you know, and McMahon Brothers. There was no such thing as hire places.
No.
You had to invest in the plant, and that was it. But nowadays it's different. A man can come into you. Everything from a needle to an anchor, I suppose.
Exactly, and they can hire a piece of equipment worth 80,000, or they can hire something worth £8, buy a wall steamer or just anything, lawnmowers. It's just the full range.
Do you find that in the course of the year that things move cyclically, that there's a time for lawnmowers, obviously,
Yeah.
then there's a time come into the winter, other kind of work is prioritised? What's the flow of business through the year?
Yeah, now coming into the winter, we would find that the builder is looking for generators, for power and lights on sites. We also do lighting towers, so for bigger developments, then you can basically light up the whole site as if it's daylight. Coming into the summer, then it's just totally different, where generally people are more likely to open up a site, so they're looking for diggers and dumpers, teleporters. It changes throughout the year.
It's an enormous investment from your point of view. If the builder doesn't have to buy the plant, you do.
Exactly, yeah.
What's the mechanism for doing that? Do you have some sort of deal that you can get all this stuff in, or have you to put the cash there and pay for it?
Yeah, well, you do have to pay for so much up front, and then, if the builder's coming in or the customer and they're looking for stuff, we will go, and it's very hard to gauge, but you try and meet the market without buying too much plant, because otherwise you're ending up paying a load of money.
For stuff that's just sitting there.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes, that's it. So the building industry in our part of the world at the moment, but I mean, I say our part of the world, but our part of the world is the whole island of Ireland for you. They're coming from all over to you.
It is, yeah. No, we have people from everywhere. We're hiring all over, right up, through North Belfast on out Ballymena direction. We will deliver wherever the customer wants. There are builders locally, or construction demolition firms. They will come and hire off us, and they're using plant and machinery in Cork.
My goodness.
So it is everywhere.
So, yeah. Now, the whole 7 brothers.
Five brothers.
Five brothers.
Yeah.
I was thinking 7 brides for 7 brothers. But you have 5 brothers there, all working away together. And the business is keeping the 5 of you. You have all your individual expertise.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I was going back to the original firm starting, which we do. There are 3 brothers myself, Ronan and Gary,
Yeah.
and my sister Leanne are in the business, and then Mark and Noel, who are Noel's children, my first
Yeah,
cousin, they're
yeah.
also there. Mark is the financial controller.
Yes, we've met Mark.
Yeah.
He's a good lad. He's
Yep.
been in here. But the thing is, you see, you know about what the building industry wants, because Kelly Brothers build as well. We see your signs all over the land.
Exactly, it's a big help, and we find then that we know nearly where the market's going, because if they have a lot of work to price, you know that it's going to be busy for the next 6 months, because obviously they'll not win all the jobs, but it means that other builders are going to be busy, which means we get a bit of a head start on we
Yeah.
need to invest in plant or increase our stock in the builders merchants. So
Would you still be pricing jobs in the old-fashioned way, taking off from the plans, creating the bill of quantities, and then pricing the bill of quantities?
generally not. We actually get a bill of quantities in,
Yeah, that
and
comes
have
to
the
you.
price. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Although there has been once or twice over the past couple of years where we have only got plans in,
yeah.
with the housing associations coming on board instead of the housing executive. They don't always produce a bill of quantities, but 9 times out of 10.
They do.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
still, so we still have quantity surveyors out there.
Absolutely,
That's
yeah.
important.
A team of them in the office.
Oh, have
Well,
you?
yeah,
You're
there's
in there,
a few.
They're in the office working away and doing.
Yeah,
They'd be
yeah.
taking off plans on a daily basis almost.
Yeah, and having to go out on site and measure up. And
measure up, interim
Yeah.
payments and all the rest.
Exactly, yeah.
The important
yeah.
end of it.
The very, keep the
very,
cash
very-
flow.
Keep the cash.
Yeah.
Cash flow has been difficult over the while. It's seen some traditional business, without naming any, also in our part of the world,
Yeah.
almost go to the wall. You know?
It has. It's very disappointing, because even for ourselves, we would know most of the builders and the subcontractors, and whenever they go, it means our hire and our building supplies business lose customers.
course.
So it's very disappointing.
Everyone drops. you
Yeah,
know. It's
yeah.
if a rising tide lifts all boats, the falling tide lowers all boats.
Exactly.
But it's to
yeah.
your credit. What's the secret of Kelly's that you have succeeded in coming through the worst of times? You must have a formula, because there have been bad times. There's been 5 years of it, certainly.
Very, very hard, and it is literally hard work and tightening our belt. We, all of us, my father and my uncle Noel included, they're now in their 60s, but they're still working as hard as ever, and they've given us a great work ethic. So unfortunately, it did mean we had to reduce staff and consolidate the business, which then meant we had to do more hours.
Of course.
We're maybe trying to cover 2 jobs where you had
but
someone.
having said that, Conor, tightening the belt is a good thing, because it builds in strength. It tightens the whole operation, and off you go and you do great things.
It does, Rowan. I have to say, for myself, Mark and Gary, my brothers and sisters, cousins, we're all roughly the same age, and we never really knew anything but good times.
Yeah.
Because when we
Yeah.
came into the business for 10, 15 years, everything was on the rise, and we have learnt a hard lesson.
But you see it now, and we referred to it. We're on the rise again.
Yeah.
And are the banks lending okay for people? Is all of that freeing up a little bit
A small bit, but it's still very, very difficult
for people?
to get loans, yeah. We're hearing that people are coming in and they would love to buy a new house or do an extension,
Yeah.
but they're finding it very difficult to actually get the money through. The banks are saying they're lending, but it's not
quite-
easy.
It's not easy at the
Yeah.
end of the day. So give us a rundown, if you wouldn't mind, broad brush strokes of the kind of service you provide.
Well, obviously on the Kelly Brothers side there is the building, the construction, but then with the hire company, we hire everything, as you said, from a needle to an anchor. It's wallpaper strippers for the DIY enthusiast, drills, through to teleporters, plant and machinery. Within the hardware store, we also supply everything for the builder, but we'll have a comprehensive hardware side for paint, stoves, which is a very big thing now.
The wooden stoves, the wood burners.
Wood burners, yeah.
Wow.
With back boilers, so you can heat your water and your radiators. We do renewables as well, so provide solar panels and are registered installers, so we can have them fitted on your house and help you claim your grants.
Yes, of course. And you will give that help.
Oh, we do, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll help you fill out the forms.
Because you would know the inside track on that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The right things to say, the right things to do, and get it all there. That would be good. So it's looking good.
It is, thank God, Rowan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully each month that goes by, we'll just bring another small lift.
Well, that's what it is. People are going to need their boilers and their wood-burning stoves in the winter time ahead.
They certainly
But the good
will.
thing about going to you, you've no sort of traffic congestion problems because you're out there in Burren, and we're just up from the dual carriageway.
Yeah.
People come to you, they can park, there's no...
Yeah, free park in a big
everything's
area.
there, big area.
Yeah.
So that's the
Yeah.
place to be. Kelly Brothers in Warren Point. You'll come back to us again, let us know what progress is going on.
I will indeed, Rowan. I certainly will.
We look forward to it, Conor, and thank you very, very much indeed for coming in.
Thank you.
Wish you well. Take
Thank you,
care.
Rowan.
Thank you.
Cheers. Okay.